Big Guy Fitness Daily Journal, day 39 or 40. We're gonna call it 40. I can't keep this straight. I got problems with numbers. Anyway, today, main topic. It's gonna be a quick one. I'm just gonna talk real quick about walking and the importance of it. Well, not really the importance. Everybody talks about why. Of course, we all know walking's great, loses a lot of calories, especially a certain amount of steps and blah, blah, blah. But what I want to talk about is the things that you have to be aware of before you start walking, because, if you want to deal with a lot of blisters, if you want to deal with a lot of sore feet, I didn't think about this stuff and it starts building up on itself. And I've talked about this a little before. I mean, I would get so many blisters. I'd get one little one and it was fine. Then I'd get another one, and then eventually it hurt so bad you want to decide to pop it, but that could get infected. But then it hurts so bad you kind of have to do it. So you do sterilized needles and stuff, put a Band-Aid on it, blah, blah, blah. But eventually you end up getting another blister on top of that, and that makes it even worse. It kind of builds a callus. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. And then you start getting them on different toes and in between the toes, blah, blah, blah. And what you don't realize is, even if you're putting Band-Aids on, even if it's a little windy out, so this might be noisy, but even if you're treating them right, you're wearing double layer socks, choosing different, one of the main things is you have to make sure you have the right sneakers. And a lot of times, the thing that people don't think about is you could have the greatest sneakers in the world, but maybe they're slipping and sliding just a little. That's where you have to start experimenting with 2 pairs of socks. Sometimes you have to get tighter socks that are more like, not compression socks, because you don't want that squeeze if you're going on 5-mile walks 3 or 4 times a day. So you just have to really pay attention and do some experiments to see what's working for you. But you do have to switch it up. And in the switching up, you really have to switch up your shoes too. Because even if you have one pair of shoes that are really working well, and but you start getting a little achy, or your feet start getting sore in a certain way, it may be the way your heel's pushing down, or the technique of your walk. Maybe if you're not going from the palm of your foot to the back of your heel, if you're just kind of slamming them down. I know it seems weird to put this much thought into your walking, but if you're doing this like the way a lot of people preach, and the way I'll preach a little too, I've been doing this for so long, and I'll tell you that it's funny, there's this patrol car. That whole thing with, man, there's so many cameras on this patrol car. I've never seen that before. On top and on the side. And then here's a nice Corvette. Love these Corvettes, actually, these new ones. So if you're doing this as much as you kind of should be, which is, I do 5 miles first thing when I wake up, and then I'll do usually at least another walk in the afternoon or night. If I can get one in the afternoon, just because I got to get out after sitting around doing stuff at the house, I'll try and squeeze one in late at night when the sun starts going down. And so you get 3 walks in 5 miles a piece. They usually take about an hour, because I do about 13.5 minute pace. So it's a real fast walk. It's not quite a jog. I will start incorporating some 15-second sprints up certain hills. All of this, man, makes you lose weight so fast. I cannot explain how much. If you're doing fasting, intermittent fasting, you're eating the right amount of protein. You're basically calorie deficit. So if your usual calories are 2,000 or say 2,500 calories, and you're doing at least 500, either 10 to 20% calorie deficit. So if you're at 2,500 and you want to do 20%, you get down to 500. That's a lot. I was doing a lot where I was doing OMAD, one meal a day. I was doing 24-hour fasts at least once a week, which is a little too much, again, aggressive. I was doing 48 or 72, getting close to 72, usually around 68, 69, then I'd crap out. But I do those kind of longer fasts at least once a month. Sometimes I was doing it twice a month. Again, too aggressive. If I were to do it over again, I wouldn't do it like that. But I would do the 16-8 fast every day. Maybe on the weekend, I'd open that up a little more. I wouldn't really have full cheat days if I were to do it again, but I would allow myself a little more time to enjoy my weekend. But including the walk, still, there's not a day I go without a walk. At least 1 5 mile. Try to target at least 2. And if I could squeeze that third one in, great. Doing the 4 5 miles, so that's basically 20 miles a day. Man, I was getting close to 40,000, 38, 39. I think I got a couple days where I did get 42,000 steps. Not necessary. I mean, what you're gonna do in that one day of doing that, even if you do it maybe twice, you're not gonna lose substantially a lot. You may see the scale go down by 5 pounds really quickly, but that's mostly water weight that you're burning off. So take the slow trail. Again, that's the plan. But with that plan, since you're walking so much, even 2 5K miles a day, you gotta have good shoes. If you need arch supports, there are these arch supports if anybody's interested in. That I had a foot doctor, podiatrist, I was gonna say a Pedialyte guy, a foot doctor guy tell me you don't need the full ones, you don't need the custom ones. They're like 13, 14 bucks. Sometimes they go on sale for 11 or 12 bucks. They're half supports, so they're not the full foot support, and it healed almost. I don't have the what is it called, the Achilles thing. There's I forget what it's called, but it's there's a thing that my Achilles would hurt all the time, and plantar fasciitis. I don't have that anymore. I had that for 2 years, and then when I was doing the walking, it got even worse. Once I put those arches in, everything's cool. So, and actually now I started taking them out in certain shoes, and depending on the shoes, I don't need them. So you really have to tend to your feet, because there were a few times when I was doing the heavy lifting of the walking, and I was getting all those blisters. I mean, I had 2 blisters on my heel. One had a double blister on it. On 2 toes, I had blisters, and on the inside of another toe, I had like 3 blisters on my big one. The biggie. It's not fun. So it would stop me from walking. Like, I'd be limping. I'd be like, and I'd be trying to keep the pace. It's not fun. So take care of those little tiny puppies, and think about this, figure out how you have to do it. There was a point where I had all these blisters that I had band-aids on like 4 or 5 of my toes. And again, if you're gonna do a band-aid on a toe, make sure you do it on the other toes, because that band-aid will start rubbing in between the other toe if it doesn't have a band-aid or a wrap. So you end up, for the most part, if you put one band-aid on, you better put band-aids on all of them so that none of them irritate and rub the other one. Because I made that mistake too, because I had one toe that was blister-free. The minute I put band-aids on, the other toes, it just rubbed and irritated, and now I had all 5 piggies down. So anyway, if you want to do this smart, hopefully that gave you a little advice, because I wish I had known this, because there were about 2-3 months I was dealing with this, and I didn't know. I thought it was just that I was walking so much. I didn't realize it was really my shoes. I didn't realize part of it was my socks. So if you have any questions in the comments, let me know. If you have any experience with any of this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to have a discussion and see if you have any other solutions that I didn't think of. As far as music listening for the day, I was talking about Los Lobotomies. Check that short video out in the description. It's a cool little, it's a cool band. It's made up of session guys. Steve Lukather, who was a guitar player for Toto when he was like 17, he was touring. But I talk all about it. It's such a fun band. And if you haven't checked them out, check them out on YouTube. You will not be disappointed. All right, guys. Click like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share this video. And yeah, in the comments, let me know. I know it seems silly to ask those things, but it really does help, because the more you do those things, the more people actually see this video, and it might help somebody else. Or I might be able to spark a conversation with somebody else, and I might get inspired. So let's have a fun community. Hope you guys are having a good fitness week. It's already Wednesday. It's going into the weekend. Finish up strong. Get your exercise. Tomorrow's my big arm day lift. I'm so excited because I found a few new dumbbell exercises that I'm going to do for not just the biceps, but the inside, outside. There's 3 different parts to your bicep. I didn't even realize it was. I thought it was just one big muscle. And so these certain exercises work those individual muscles. And I was talking in another video about doing hammer curls, which I had never done before. And that works more your outside bicep. And man, it feels so good. I mean, I feel like I get the most workout possible you doing those. So those are my new favorite exercise right now. Anyway, I will talk to you guys on the next one. Have a great day.